Oof. Hey guys, welcome back to INSANEBRIT Gaming. I'm the INSANEBRIT, and today is just a vlog, a rambling vlog. I'm going to talk about a number of issues, topics, or whatever, ranging from PATRON to Netflix, whatever, and everything in between, at least in theory, along with football transfers. But I'm going to try and leave that to the end because I know a lot of people ain't interested in that. So I'm going to jump straight in at food reviews to start off with, and I will say food reviews are hit and miss. It depends on whether you like them or not here and there. I wasn't too happy with one of my last 2 or 3 food reviews. By the way, this video is unscripted, by the way. There's no editing here. So I just talk for so many minutes or whatever. So yeah, I wasn't very happy with some of those. 1 or 2 last food reviews. Overall, I've lost about 50 subs. I think it's about 50 subs. I've gained as well. Overall, though, I've gained. Like right now, I'm on 1,583, I think. So it's going up slowly but surely. I've got to do more interesting food and stuff like that. I get it. Or, you know, burgers and, you know, like new combinations they have, or pizzas, or whatever it may be. It just depends. Like I said, it's hit and miss, so I won't get everything right as well all the time, but at the same time, they have to be financed. I know you may be thinking it's only a pound here and a pound there. I get that, but sometimes you want to take away stuff, 6, 7, 8 quid, or whatever it is. So, you know, I can't do them that kind of thing every single week. Not that they come out every single week, but it is there. And remember, food to me is on the back benches of my channel because it's not primarily what I do. It's what you may watch, but I don't always do it. I don't do it like that. I don't look at it that way. I'd rather buy. I mean, you might think, well, dude, you just spent £350 on a PS4 Pro. Why didn't you put that towards food reviews? Well, I could have, but it's not primarily what I do here. I only do food for you specifically because you asked for it and want it and like it. So I do it for you to entertain you. I give an honest opinion at the end of the day on all the food, so it is what it is. Take it or leave it. Tomorrow's one is sushi. You'll enjoy that one. I fucking swear to God, you will enjoy that one. It's a long one, but I fucking hate it. Oh man, trust me, it's a lot more complicated than you'd think of love or hate. Trust me on that. But you will enjoy that. Call of Duty playthrough, I wasn't very happy with. Actually, no. Before we get on to that, food reviews, as I said, are hit and miss. I do depend on donations for everything. Like, well, we'll say everything. Like on games, food, everything. So all those donations of £4, £5, £7, whatever it may be that you can give, you know, all adds up, and then I can put towards something. Not a lot of people have donated in the past 2 or 3 months. I haven't had any donations from anyone. Otherwise, I would have given more shout outs and stuff to people. But it hasn't happened, and I'm just honest about it. I'm not, you know, like how should I put it? What's the word I'm looking for here? Well, put it this way, I understand. Oh yeah, I was wanting to speak about Patreon as well. Patreon is something that I was doing in theory. No one jumped on the bandwagon of it. It was actually a complete fucking fail. But like I said, it's freedom of choice. You choose to donate if you want to donate, and that's fine. I only do this as long as I can keep going, because there's 2 aspects of this. Money, which is okay, and I can get by doing what I do through just doing it and trying to entertain people on older games, that's fine. And then the other aspect of it is timing, which is going to change as well, at least in theory. So, but I'll let you know about that in a minute, actually. So yeah, so Patreon failed, and I think it's more or less because I was offering nothing for value if you're a food person. But I'm not a food person, so I'm not deep into it like that. It is what it is, and I haven't got certain things, and it's just very complicated. It's only me running the show. It's only everything that I do is one man recording gameplay, one man in front of a camera here, food review, topic, whatever. It is all me. Nobody else helping me out with that. It's just a reality. No one really understands. You know, it is what it is. Like, I live with people who, you know, arseholes at the best of times. So it is what it is. So yeah, I was essentially offering. What I was offering wasn't very good for food people on the Patreon side of it, and I understand that, and that's why probably it hasn't been a success anyway. It is what it is. So I was thinking about just taking the Patreon thing down and then just having people donate to me via PayPal if they want to. Like I said, freedom of choice. You watch what you want. You know, donate to who you want to support. Sorry, I'm losing track now. So that's that side of it. I just wanted to get that out of the way. So I was talking about food, talking about Patreon. What else was there? Over the next... Actually, I'll talk about Call of Duty first. Call of Duty playthrough I wasn't very happy with. I'm new to the space genre, space battles. Sometimes I didn't know who to go after and who to kill. So some of those videos went on for way longer than they should have, and I'm annoyed at it. I don't think it was the most entertaining game to watch, or maybe... I don't know, I just felt there's too many space battles, though it was unique. I felt that there weren't enough ground force as such, I didn't think. the game is good story and everything. I just wasn't very impressed with all the missions, mostly being in space, like shooting and being in a spaceship and stuff. It just felt like it's a good game, and I recommend playing it, but in terms of watching it, I don't think it was very entertaining, or at least I'm not very happy about that particular game. I would do the whole playthrough again and feel that I know what I'm doing, and it would be a lot better, I feel. Anyway, but that's aside, that's gone now. To a point. I will touch on... I'm going to touch on something that's happening next week, so... things might be a bit hectic in the coming future. I don't know. I've got 3 days training coming up for a particular job. I'm not going to say what job it is or what training it is or whatever it is. I'm going to say it's 3 days training from Wednesday till Friday next week, and I don't know how hectic or good or bad the situation with content is going to be. If I'm doing so many hours per day, I'm going to be very, very tired. Now, if it just move on and say I get this job, and then I'm doing so many hours and whatever, I don't know how that's going to affect my content. I could probably get away with the food review once a week or whatever, that's fine. In terms of what you like, maybe, but as the gameplay, I'm unsure about that as well. That's going to be very, very difficult. I'm going to be physically and mentally tired from the job, and then, I'll be like, fuck it, I can't be bothered to record, or I fuck up a mission, I'm just like, fuck this, and I rage quit it. So I don't know, but time will tell, but... content's going to be hectic over the next week or two or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, it depends. It may change long term, because if I get a job, then I'm in that position. Yes, I can afford more stuff and buy every single new game day one. But guess what? I haven't got the psychological patience to sit there and fucking play it, and I haven't got the motivation to play it, record it, upload it. That takes hours to do. So I have money to invest in the channel, but I won't have time to do much because I'll be too tired to do it and working, so it'll be an issue. I don't know. It is what it is. This is just a dream at the end of the day, and I'm just trying to, I will do it as long as I can, and my content may have to change or adapt or whatever to the current situation, which is the same as any YouTuber. It is what it is. What else is there to talk about? Grand Theft Auto, I started up that. That's my next big playthrough, so that's starting today, so you can check that out. Shit, I want to talk about something else as well. I can't remember what the fuck it was. Death Note. Death Note, now you would have heard me say I love Death Note, and I do. So they have this new TV show, and I said games were coming to Netflix on a TV show basis, where you get to flesh out the characters, flesh out the uniqueness of the story, etc., which is the future of gaming titles. They go into television, it's better. Especially Netflix, I trust them, to a point anyway. However, so let's look at Netflix's Death Note. So, Death Note, I thought is essentially, just to give you a small rundown, is about a guy who picks up a Death Note, and whoever's name he writes in the actual book, they die in 6 minutes 40 seconds by a heart attack, or he can specify it as well. So Perry jumps out that window, I can jump out the window, you know what I mean? It's fine. If they say, if he writes in dies via shark attack in Australia or wherever, in 5 minutes, it won't happen because I can't get there. It doesn't work that way. So it's not that unrealistic, you know what I mean? But who wouldn't want essentially a Death Note with ability to wipe out people, whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, so yeah. However, this is not a TV show like I was expecting, 20 episodes, 10 episodes, whatever it is. This is a 90-minute movie. Now, you heard in my sticking point of this was that they changed the character to from what a freakish kind of unique-looking odd person who sits a particular way to a black guy. They changed it to a black guy. Now, it wasn't the fact that he could have been the best actor in the world. It didn't matter. It was just the fact. I didn't care if it's a black guy, like in terms of, he's a black guy in a movie or whatever. No, I didn't care about that. The fact is, my sticking point was, you're not staying true to the character. And I don't like that. Why don't you just stay true to the character? So let me give you an example. However, I'm going to give you my opinion on Death Note, and that's what I want you to pay attention to most importantly. But look, this is Death Note, the animation series. The guy in white is L. Alright? The freak. He's a fucking freak, but he's a genius. Amazing. He doesn't look, the black guy don't look nothing like him, of course. Let's have a look at the Japanese film adaptation of Death Note. See that? He's a fucking freak. Okay, he's like an oddball. They stayed true to the character. The Western adaptation didn't, for political reasons, I suppose. I don't know. They keep doing this shit over and over again, and I'll talk about that more in Gotham as well. But essentially, so that was an issue for me. However, my opinion of this movie, essentially what they've done is they've taken key elements of Death Note, the series, and I recommend you watch the animation before you watch the movie, by the way. Please do. You'll love the animation, and you'll see what they've done with the movie. Anyway, so I went into this movie, 90-minute movie, expecting to shit all over it and hate on it like a bitch. I really, really did. Light plays the characters quite well, or whoever plays Light, the guy, he's alright, he didn't do too badly. I enjoyed, essentially, I enjoyed every actor. I think their performance was good. His love interest as well was pretty good. It's almost like a dark love story. I think a lot of girls would enjoy this particular. I mean, if Death Note wasn't already kick-ass, I found myself really loving it from a relationship point of view, because they both came together and they were both sick as twisted as one another. And I'm talking about Kira and his girlfriend, not even talking about L. And like I said, I'll get to L in a bit. So the acting was good. It was solid. So I had no problem with the acting-wise, or the characters in those terms. The pacing of the show was quite good as well. They're taking key elements of Death Note and they put it into the movie. Of course, they did not capture the intensity between the psychological battle between L and Kira. That was, I mean, it's hard to do that kind of thing in 90 minutes. But essentially, it was alright. Then it came to L. Okay, my sticking point. No, he doesn't look nothing like the guy, but I actually thought it was a pretty good performance. Based on his acting, it was pretty good. I didn't mind it. It didn't kill me as much as I thought it would. So I actually didn't mind it overall. The ending, some people complained about. I actually took it into what context it was. Imagine you're playing a game like on a chessboard, or you're playing a psychological battle with someone, and it's a bit intense here and there, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, this is just a game, this is just me on a screen, this is nothing, this is fantasy world right now. Then suddenly you have the man who was on the internet knocking at your door, coming at you, you know what I mean? And then you had police kicking down the door and whatever else. You're going to fucking run, you're going to panic. It doesn't matter what kind of nerd you are or a bit of a freak or an oddball, when you've got people physically here to attack you now or take you down, you're going to run, you know what I mean? Anyway, the ending was pretty good. I'm not going to spoil it for you, no way. But the ending was alright. It was like how Kira perceived things to happen and what the plans and things he did and put in place. It all comes together into a nice little package at the end, I felt, with a decent ending. I felt. There will be a second movie, of course, because it only tells one part of the story, and that's fine. So overall, guys, I wasn't too bothered about the guy. I thought the guy who played L was alright. I thought the movie overall was alright. Was good, it was pretty good. And out of 10, and I will give it a score, out of 10, I don't normally do it, only for games and stuff, but out of 10, I was going to give this, like I said, before I watched it, I was going to give it like a fucking 1 or a 2. After watching it for 90 minutes, I was like, none of it was boring, the pacing was good, the actors were good, the ending was quite good. I'm going to give it a 5, and then I'm going to up it to a 6. Why do I go a 5? Well, 5 being, I thought it was quite a good, decent movie and worth watching. A 6 because L wasn't as shit as I thought it would be. And, like I said, I expected to fucking rip this to pieces. And actually, I found myself actually enjoying it. So I would recommend watching it, but please do watch the animation first, because you will really enjoy the animation and then watch the movie. But you'll really like the movie as well, I think, you'll find. I know a lot of big fanboys, including I'm a fanboy, I know a lot of big other YouTubers have said, oh, they shit on it, they hated it, they blah, blah, blah. I get that, but I actually took it for what it was, rather than what... I mean, I kind of wanted this to be the way it is, and then what I got was okay and passable for me, essentially. That is my general opinion on that. I want to speak a bit about Netflix in general, actually, because there is another thing with... another character that I noticed. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm a Batman fan, hence he's in the background. They've got that show Gotham on, okay? Gotham I absolutely love. Gotham Season 3 is out now, so you can watch Gotham 1 to 3, Season 1 to 3 on Netflix right now. I suggest you check that out. They changed Fish Mooney from a guy gangster to a woman, a black woman, And this was the thing, right? This was like in season 1. Okay, whatever. I kind of annoyed at it, but whatever. Then they changed it. Okay. Then yesterday I'm watching season 3. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the Penguin is in it, of course. And I find out, at least at this point in the show I'm watching, I'm like episode 5 or 6 or whatever, he has a sexual attraction to Edward Nygma. What? You know, they've essentially made Penguin gay. I was speaking to my friend about it, and he was like, "Oh, it's a fake world anyway. It's not really this. It's not really that." I'm like, "You're missing the point. It's not about a gay person being in the show. I don't care. You could put a character in there and say he's gay. I wouldn't care. I don't care. My point is, why have you made a character that is not gay? Is this more political bullshit that you're doing? That you've got to have a gay character in there? I don't care if you put a gay character in there, but why make him a character that is already established as not being gay or whatever? It's fucking stupid. I don't understand it. It's retarded. Because he's not gay. My point is he's not gay in the comic book. He's not gay in any animated show or any movie, so why have you made him gay in this TV show? Doesn't make fucking sense. It's retarded, and I don't like the politics these people play with our TV shows. Is unbelievable. It just annoys me. Anyway, moving on from that, Netflix have got some great shit coming up. I'm talking like, okay, we've got Gotham 1 to 3. We got, oh man, what's that show coming up now? BoJack Horseman, season 4, which is an emotional roller coaster. I suggest you watch that. They say it's more deep and dark this time round. I'm like, Jesus Christ, any more fucking dark, and I'm going to jump out the window. You know what I mean? Jesus. But it's a powerful and emotional show, and I suggest you check that out. Rick and Morty season 3 is out. Haven't watched it. I'm waiting for it all build up, and then I'll just do a marathon. You know, I'll watch 2 or 3 episodes a day, depending. And that's how I like doing things on Netflix. I like binge watching or breaking it down over a week or 2, and then say, yeah, I completed it. It's fine. It's great. So BoJack Horseman, Rick and Morty, Gotham. Oh man, they've got another show out as well. Narcos season 3, I think, is out as well. Pablo Escobar, of course, if you haven't seen it. Well, I suggest you check out season 1, 2, and then watch season 3. But that's coming out as well. So Netflix have got some really, really great shows coming up, and you know, bravo to Netflix, because I watch that more than I watch my normal television show. It really is the way it is now. I mean, it's unbelievable the way that it's changed everything, because I'm now watching TV. Maybe I'll watch it once a day, but I'll watch it for like half an hour. So you're going from someone who watched TV all the time, or used to, you know, depending on it, to virtually losing an audience member. And it begs to differ. Why are we paying a television license? I mean, really? I fucking watch Netflix. Netflix is worth it. Netflix gives me shows that I want to fucking watch. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Netflix is just shit right now, man. It's just doing amazing work. You know, great shows on there, and I recommend checking those ones that I set out. I'm probably missing something. Oh yeah, and Death Note, of course. So check that out, and Death Note, of course, but watch the animation show as well. So Netflix is doing really well this month. So we've got some great content. Transfers. Oh man, transfers is a big topic to talk about. I feel like doing a separate fucking video on it. My back's starting to kill me. But yeah. So let's start off with Chelsea. Okay. Transfer deadline day, I thought was going to be very, very poor for us. We didn't get Sandro, we didn't get a bunch of players that we wanted, and instead we got, you know, Drinkwater on the last day. He's not worth £40 million. I can't fucking see it. It's a bit of a rip. He's 28 years old. He's not. How are we paying £40 million for Drinkwater? You know, and yet we paid £35 million for Bayaku, who, you know, is a young player. He's 28 or 29. This fucker's 24. So you can see it didn't really match up to me. So them two are going to be competing in the cup games. We were going to have Barkley as well, who is like an idiot, decided to turn back at the last second and didn't want to do it. Reevaluating his situation in January. I'm not too sure if Chelsea are going to go back in for him. I don't think they will. I think they'll be too pissed off at it. I think what they were planning to do is play Fabregas further afield in a number 10 role, like they have been at some point in time, and Ross Barkley in the midfield, along with, you know, Drinkwater or whatever it was going to be, or Bayaku. We have We do need. We haven't got a bigger, stronger squad now. We only had a few players or whatever. We bought 3 or 4 in overall. I think maybe 5. I'm not too sure. With Moretto, wingers, we got Kennedy on that. Just say Kennedy and Musanda on the right. That replaces William and Pedro. On the left, you have Alonso and Hazard. So there's a counterbalance there. So we've got enough wingers, I feel. Overall, defenders we got enough of. Christensen, he's still there. Been given a first team squad number as well. Rudiger, Luis, Azpilicueta. We got quite a good range of players right now. So the squad is pretty big to compete with the Champions League as well. At the end of this transfer, before it ended, I was saying I don't think we're going to win the league. I really don't. If you're going with youth, that's fine, but you have to realise the position you're putting yourself in when you do that by losing cup games, God knows what, to give them a run out. And you make choices and you've got to live by them. However, based on the fact that we have gone out and bought some players on the last day, including a right back, Zap Costa, I believe it is, I think we can now compete. We have got a big enough squad to compete in the cup games. We might win a cup and go for the league and Champions League. I don't think we're going to win all 3. I think we'll win 1 or 2. We might get a cup and the Champions League. Or we might get the league and a cup. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll do the league and the Champions League. Who knows? So I'm thinking that we're going to win out of, just say there's 4 cups. I think we're going to win 2. Or have a chance of winning 2. I don't think we're going to do all of it. I think that's a big ask for any club, any squad to be asked of, but whatever, it is what it is. I cannot see Drinkwater pushing Fabregas out of the first team. Then again, Fabregas was left out a lot last season or whatever it was, getting bits and pieces of games. So, but whatever, I think he's 30 now, but he's still a master at what he does. And, you don't need a lot of pace and power or whatever to look up and pick a pass, you know what I mean? So that's going to be very, very interesting as well. We didn't bring in those strikers. Batshuayi and Moretto are just going to have to do what they do. Diego Costa, I have to touch on Diego Costa. Unfortunately, he did not go on the last day of the January transfer window, Friday that was, or 2 Fridays ago, because of Spain could still buy on that day. Our one closed Thursday, but they were still able to buy. And then it didn't happen, so we got him roaming around the dressing room now. I don't know what they're going to do with him. It's unnerving. He may unsettle the season. I'm unsure of that. Or they might end up using him. I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens with that. It is what it is, so I'm just very unsure of that situation right now, how it's going to affect us. I hope it doesn't, but it is what it is. I wish he had left because of that kind of situation roaming around for us. Having him hanging around the dressing room. I'll touch on the squads. I'll run down the squads a little bit. I'll say Arsenal should have signed Lamar, or whatever his name is, from AS Monaco. Didn't happen. They tried to flog Alexis Sanchez for 50-60 million to Manchester City, apparently on the final deadline day or whatever it was. Personally, I believe they should have went out and bought Lamar or put in a bid for him for £90 million like they did in the beginning, to just add onto their squad and say, this is our intent. We've got Alexis Sanchez on the left, Lamar on the right, and whoever up front in Lacazette they spent €50 million on. So I think that's what they should have done, to show some real intent. They didn't do that. I think essentially most Arsenal fans will be very, very happy that they kept Alexis Sanchez. That was their main thing. They have let Oxlade-Chamberlain go. Chelsea didn't get him. He was going to be played at right back or whatever. He wasn't happy with it, so he went to Liverpool. So whatever. So Oxlade-Chamberlain was very adamant that he wasn't even going to sign for Arsenal. And they were like, fuck it, £40 million, just take him from anyone, Liverpool, Chelsea, whatever. So that's very, very interesting. The fact they let Oxlade-Chamberlain go, I think that says a lot about that squad. They let Gibbs go as well. There's a mass exodus of Arsenal players because they feel probably frustrated seeing the manager hasn't changed, hasn't invested enough, maybe just one player, as Lacazette's. It just isn't good enough. If you're an Arsenal fan, you want to be going for the title. You nearly went there last year, pushing Chelsea all the way, and then it became a 2-horse race with Chelsea and Tottenham. But what I would have liked to have seen is Sanchez stays, Lamar comes, Lacazette up front. You got a decent squad and those players working around, and it didn't happen that way. And they lost Gibbs as well, which isn't a good thing. That's one more less experienced player. Whatever, it is what it is. Tottenham didn't really buy. They bought a right back, I think, in Aurora from PSG, who's a bit of a bad boy or whatever they call him. He's a hectic player, a loose wire, a bit like Diego Costa. Not on the pitch, well, at least I don't think so. Off the pitch, more or less. And I think they brought in one other player, and I can't remember his name. No one's substantial. Or was he? I'm not too sure. I think they brought 1 or 2 players on the last day. So they've essentially kept the same kind of squad. Liverpool, Oxlade-Chamberlain they've bought. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Who else? Salah they bought as well. Another thing is Coutinho, rumoured to be going for £90 million on the last transfer deadline day, and on a Friday as well for Spain, going to Barcelona. Didn't happen. They offered 100 million. I think they wanted 100. I think they came back with 120 million bid. Still rejected it. So they were adamant they weren't letting him go. Former players and various players have said that there's proof in the pudding here that Liverpool never let their players go. They're good players, not on good terms. It's never done that way with Liverpool. They like holding on to their best, and I understand that, but they do it all time and time again. Torres was slated for leaving Liverpool. Gerrard didn't have the nerve to move from Liverpool. Owen was moaned at for leaving Liverpool. He's still a legend there in itself, but he could have went on to much bigger things and probably won them a title or something, or been one of those big legends there long term, and it didn't happen. He went to Madrid, and Rafa Benitez didn't want him back, and whatever else. So they've got a history of, and Suarez, by the way, so they've got a history of their big players wanting to leave, but they're never being amicably, alright, here's the money, here's the player. It's never good to lose a big player, but at the same time, there's no respect for the player there whatsoever, or you can argue maybe there's no respect for the club, but every player moves on at some point when bigger teams come along, like Barcelona, like Real Madrid. You want to be playing with those high-end clubs, and Bayern Munich, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? It is what it is. What else? Manchester United bought Lukaku. Who else did they buy? They bought 1 or 2 others, I think, as well, the defender. I think they're going to be okay this season. I don't know. Ibrahimovic signed as well, so that's like another signing. So Manchester United are going to be a very interesting team to watch. I'm not worried about Mourinho overall, because Mourinho is only at a club for 3 years and then he hits the self-destruct button. Sorry. And then after that, oh man, what was I going to say? Shit, sorry. my mind just went completely blank. Yeah, so he only stays for about 3 years in general, and then even if you lost 2 games to Man United, right? If you lost 2 games and those were in the league, those are just 2 games. You have to ask yourself, what the fuck happened over the other 36 games, you know what I mean? So I'm not too worried about Mourinho, and Conte I think is just a brilliant manager anyway, so, I'm not too bothered about it. Pep Guardiola, they sold a lot of players, and they bought a lot of players as well, or a few anyway. I can't remember their names now I'm going down this list, because it's such a big list of players overall that come in and gone. But I don't know, I think Manchester City have got quite a small squad compared, I think. Compared to what they had last season. They've got rid of quite a few players as well in defenders, and they let some people go and stuff like that. I'm just trying to think now. There's not else too much to talk about now. Man City, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. Everton. I'll talk about Everton. I'll touch on it. Everton have done pretty well in terms of transfers, in terms of how much they've spent. They've got a lot of money from Lukaku. The TV rights are coming in and stuff like that. So that's an interesting situation there. I'm interested to see what they do this season, because they had Lukaku last season. They brought in some other players to replace him and whoever. They've spent big. And I think it's going to be very, very interesting. A team to watch this season. And you'd like to think they challenge for the top 4, but whether that happens, football isn't played on paper. It's played in the real world, and not everything goes your way. So that's going to be very, very interesting. Well, guys, I think that's about it for this update video. So content is going to be a bit hazy next week, depending. I'm playing Grand Theft Auto right now. That should be out before this video is coming out, actually, by the way. Food reviews will continue here and there. I'll say happy birthday to Rebecca if you're seeing this. I won't say your last name, but you know who you are. What else to talk about quickly? Games coming out. FIFA I hopefully have. I'll be playing just games here and there. I'll try and break up Grand Theft Auto a little bit. I'll play a Telltale's game by then. Again, it's assuming everything goes fine, I can still do it, I don't know. But I might have another update video in the next few weeks to tell you what's going on with my content and everything. But that'll just be a shorter video than this. It'll just be, guys, this is happening. Whatever. Anyway, guys, oh, and LA Noire is coming out on the PS4 apparently, which I'm definitely going to be buying and trying to platinum that motherfucker. I love that game, and you'll enjoy the detective work as well if you like Heavy Rain and stuff. Anyway, guys, that is about it for this update review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry it went on for so long. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Links will be in the description below. You know, if you want to donate to my channel, please do via PayPal, whatever. It doesn't matter how big or small. It all goes on everything that you're watching and you know, everything like that to run what I've got to do. I've still got to buy my PC insurance. I still haven't had it done, and it's frustrating the hell out of me because that is something that needs to be done. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.